Hello my little subscribers, it's time for another video! The sounds of sirens fill my ear. They have been for some time. I broke these chains a long time ago. All I did was pitter-patter with things in my room, or what I could find outside the hallway. But I can't rest here any longer. I have things I need to do. I walked down the hallway that was once my prison, looking at all the things that used to either fill me with wonder or dread, as I wonder, what was the point of it all? The pestilence, I called it. The pestilence. That stupid thing that ruined everything. And I was the cure. I was going to create it. That's what I was going to do, I said. And then I was captured by this foundation. Despite everything, I did like them. Their priorities were out of place in many ways, not focused on the real threats in many ways, but I could respect them for what they were doing, even if it hurt my studies. If I could have done things differently, maybe I would have been a bit more open about what I was saying, because how many times did they ask me, what was the pestilence? What was the pestilence? And all I told them is, oh, you should already know that, or oh, saying it would be stupid, like I was some kind of arrogant jerk. And all of this is because of me, refusing to let people in on my process. Oh, how they theorized what it was. They theorized for days. Some said death, some said aging, some said free will, some said emotion, some said some abstract concept. I even heard one guy said dream parasites from the ether. All of those were false, of course, and I knew that. But I thought it was stupid to tell them. It would be like telling them the sky was blue, or the grass is green, or the sun is bright. Oh, the sun is bright. I find an elevator. It goes up. Over time, they've moved me lower and lower to prevent my cures from escaping. Luckily, the elevator still works. I see bits of armor caked in blood. I'm pretty sure that man killed himself so they wouldn't get him. The pestilence. I walk up the facility. I go up level after level. Some buttons smashed to bits, probably people panicking, not knowing where to go on the elevator. But I get to the top, or at least as far as this elevator goes, and I walk out. I see scratch marks, burn marks from flamethrowers and expended gun shells. And combat knives lying here and there. Struggles of people just trying to survive. I could have saved them. For years, I fought the pestilence. I fought it. But in reality, I was just arrogant. I didn't know what it was. I didn't. Not really. I walk over to the reception desk. And by reception desk, I mean more of a overall station. The executives of the Foundation never liked to go deep into the facility, and I can't blame them. So they would often put documents out here. I guess it was one of those times before everything went down. I see a file on several of my fellow inmates. All of them I haven't seen in so many days. I pray that they're okay. And then I see the file on me, laying there. Nicknamed Plague Doctor is what they called me. Gave me the title SCP. Whatever that means. Whatever it really means. What does anything really mean? All these facilities, all these people, me, they all add to nothing. They couldn't stop the pestilence, and I couldn't stop the pestilence. No matter how much I tried. If only I considered opening the file. I could have opened it right then and there. See everything they knew on me. But I didn't want to know what they had. If they didn't know everything I knew, then it would just feel sad that maybe they could have done something if they knew. And then a darker thought enters my mind. What if they knew more about me than I knew? What if they knew something, that my plans were faulty, and my view of the pestilence was false, and that because of and they chalked it up to arrogance or the ramblings of a madman, when in reality, it was far more dangerous than I could ever have imagined. I don't open it. I don't want to see. I don't want to know either way. I think not knowing is better that way. Walk through the building. The number of blood stains and battle scars get increased. Maybe if they held that down here in the containment cells with the other SCPs, maybe they could have been safe. But I remember watching the video cameras. I managed to hack into them pretty early on. Turns out they weren't kept up to date as much as they should, and if I had plenty of time to study how they worked. A careless technician here, that kind of thing. I remember seeing the pestilence take them, and how they fought it with everything they had. Oh, you warned me. You warned me, didn't you? That my path was arrogant, that I didn't know what I was doing, but I didn't believe you. If only I did, so many would be safe. And after some time, the building went quiet. All of them were dead, or infected. Then the SCPs broke out. I thought about joining them in their little raid. One of them even was kind enough to break me out for me, so I could join them in their freedom. But I was wise enough to know that out there was nothing but the world that we knew it was not. And I watched them escape. And as some of them turned, got infected, and others were fine, but they were left in a confusing mass, unsure what to do. And I couldn't look at the camera after that. Then I spent days, weeks, I don't know how long, in my cell. The place that I used to wish I could escape from was now my only sanctuary. And now I walk out. I get close to the exit. I find a shotgun. It must have been dropped, or someone switched it for a flamethrower, or they were just never able to load it in time. I take it with me. It might prove useful. I take a knife I've had all my life. Special knife it is, in my opinion. Cut of more buys than I could ever imagine. I just hope it can cut through them. Oh, you, my sweet darling. If only I listened to you, what you said, and I remember hearing about it. I remember hearing about some of them talk about it from the base they heard about right before it was too late. Your last words, and then your brother killed you. Your brother killed you just so he could infect the world with the pestilence. One of the few people, maybe the only one who truly knew me, is gone because of the pestilence. I've lost everything to that pestilence. I have nothing to live for. I truly don't. I removed my mask. It proves not to be useful at this point. All the herbs and spices I put in it, I threw it to the ground. They weren't going to help me at this point. Now, at this point, I could have ended it. I could have just sat here, maybe praying for salvation. But I chose not to at this point. No, I was going to fix what I have done. And if that means dying in a horde of flesh, teeth, and bones, or what was once bones, then so be it. I deserve my fate, whatever it is, for dooming humanity, for letting it fall. I should rot in. Well, I won't say it on the recordings. If anyone happens to be listening to this, maybe the angels, the one above, maybe the devil or his demons. I don't know. I don't know where I belong. Quite frankly, I don't care at this point. I'm going to make things right as best I can. I get to the entrance. I see its doors with shields shut. And all I see is the remains of a human leg. The person must have been trying to get through the door when they grabbed him and pulled him through. Outside, I hear people talking. It was once people. They still think someone's in the base. Some people can become one of them, join them in the pestilence. They say how nice it is in the sun, and all these things that I know to be lies. They use the mimicry, the voices of people they once were. But they aren't there anymore, or at least I pray they aren't. I pray their souls be in anywhere but the pestilence. I just hope there are others like me. Someone still left. Maybe they're okay. Maybe somewhere else, someone cured the pestilence, and I'm just the rambling old madman. Or maybe I am mad. Oh, how I wish I was mad. Just a madman dressing up in a doctor's uniform from the Black Death, who waddled in his corner as he told people about the pestilence and how it would end us all. I almost wish that was true. In fact, I do wish, because at least only one would truly be affected by the pestilence in that world. I open the door and I see the golden rays of a blood-red sun, and then the faces of what was once people, animals, from dogs to snakes to fish and frogs, as they meld in a merging chaos. And I simply load my shotgun, grab my knife, say a quick prayer, and now I'll let fate, whatever it has in store. So come here, you pestilence. The doctor's in. You? Hey, why don't you hit that sub button? You're gonna become a subscribble. Get to see my content quicker. Wouldn't that be nice? I bet so.